Courtship in early Canada. Following British custom, young middle-class women might invite men to call on them when they were at home. A young man would leave his calling card if the young woman was not seeing anyone, in hopes of being invited back. Families would make discreet inquiries about one's social and economic suitability. Then, a young woman, with her mother as chaperone, might receive several visitors who would understand they were competing for her affection. Finally, as a sign she had made her choice, the young woman would be left alone with one man. The history of dating. In the early 20th century, young people often met at church or community events and went out together in social groups. By the 1920s, men began to ask women out, and organized and paid for activities. The choice of activity and the amount of money spent indicated to the women the social and economic resources the men had to offer. In the 1930s, going steady meant a couple had an exclusive relationship but did not necessarily mean marriage was intended. Couples in the 1950s and 1960s spent money on entertainment, and dating was for fun and romance, not necessarily to select a marriage partner. The idea was that couples got to know each other well before entering into an intimate relationship. Dating in the 21st century has changed given cohabitation before marriage and delaying marriage. Today, it is becoming more common to get help in finding a mate. Now we have a huge online dating industry and GPS-based mobile dating services. Dating, does dating many people before marriage ensure marital success? The debate is still alive. Many, including Bernard Merstein's filter theory market experience perspective, see page 215, suggest that marrying your first love is not a good idea because you do not have enough understanding of what you want. Martin King White tested this hypothesis and found no correlation between dating experience, length of dating, engagement, degree of premarital sexual activity, and marital success. Cohabitation. Cohabitation is frequently viewed as a trial marriage, but 30% of cohabitating couples separate. But why? Studies show that in Canada, women who cohabitated with anyone before marriage were twice as likely to divorce than those who did not. Why? Therefore, the results so far suggest that cohabitation does not improve the chances of marital success. Possible reasons for less marital success are: 1. Perhaps cohabitating couples are less selective about their partners because they do not see their relationship as a trial marriage. 2. Many cohabitating couples may not see their relationship as permanent because they do not commit to pooling resources. To dating and cohabitation are not indicators of marital success, but love is. Robert Sternberg's research found that couples who reported they had a strong sexual desire for each other, who knew each other well enough to enjoy each other's company, and who had made the relationship a priority in their lives, defined themselves as being deeply in love. Couples who remember being deeply in love when they married have the happiest marriages, regardless of dating experience. Evolutionary psychology and attraction explains how evolutionary pressures have shaped the way humans select and are attracted to potential mates. Lovers. We are drawn to people who look like they'd be a strong reliable partier in the future. Social homogamy. It means people often partner with someone who shares their social class, education level, religion, values and beliefs, cultural background, each person has an internal blueprint of their ideal partner. Ideal mate theory might include physical traits, personality, characteristics, and values. Fear implies we seek someone who matches these ideals. It also helps you develop standards and maturate, because to learn how to turn people down who don't fit these ideals. Attraction is fair exchange. Older men and younger women suggest that people form and maintain relationships by evaluating the cost and benefits essential, and they seek a fair deal. If someone feels that are giving more than that, receive dissatisfaction or a breakup might occur. Fairness doesn't mean identical traits, just that the exchange feels equitable to both partners. Men marry younger women worldwide. The average age difference for Canadian men and women is a tiers, one of the lowest in the world. Philology. Companionate marriage, companionate relationship. This is a marriage or committed cohabitating couple relationship that is based on the principles of mutual interdependence and equality. The focus of these relationships is intimacy and commitment. Establishing a companionate relationship is a process that occurs over the first years of a relationship. It involves taking on the new roles of husband and wife, but also retaining some independent stages in marriage. There are 3 predictable stages of a relationship. 1. Stage 1. Relationships are romantic, warm, and respectful, focusing on exploration, sexual attraction, and the idealization of the partner. Individuals build self-esteem as they try to develop the relationship that suits their life structure. 2. Stage 2. Conflict arises as individuals become more demanding to meet their own needs. This results in instability in the relationship and requires both partners to change their behaviors. Individuals feel let down because the relationship is less rewarding, a sense of losing oneself. 3. Stage 3. Couples compromise and negotiate a relationship that meets their needs as well as possible. The relationship becomes more realistic, mature, and stable. At each stage, individuals are transformed as they respond to their partner and adjust to the more flexible roles they play in the maturing relationship. The marriage cycle. The family life cycle framework explains that there are many predictable developmental crises in a relationship, and they include crisis changes, adjustment to marriage, birth of a child, teenage years, children leaving home, retirement, growing older together. Negotiating roles. Negotiation is the process of conferring with others to reach an agreement in negotiating the details of their personal lives. Couples are determining the strategies for the division of labor and decision-making for their marital system. They are also establishing the boundaries of their relationship as they build an understanding of who we are as a couple. Spouses must respect their own needs and the needs of others, and trust that their partner will respond in the same way. Conflict. Conflict is natural in marriage because of the challenges that individuals face in their lives together. The changing roles of men and women in a diverse post-industrial society, such as Canada's, result in 3 related dilemmas for couple relationships: individual versus collective interest, women's rights versus male entitlement, patriarchal history, mine versus yours. These dilemmas exist in society because the social change that allows individuals to choose traditional or flexible roles. The most common conflicts resulting from these dilemmas include division of labor, expressive quality of the relationship. General problems in relationships often relate to time, sex, and money. Balancing job and family, frequency of sexual relations, debt brought into marriage, husband's employment plus wife financial situation, household tasks.